So on that note, let's talk a little bit about on inbound linking, links that are pointing back to your website from other people's websites, and then we'll roll into social media. There's a lot of synergy between linking and social media, and so we'll talk through how they connect so closely, but the importance of each. Links that count. Again, we're going after quality, not necessarily quantity, when you're talking about your inbound linking strategy. Links can come from your own content, as we were just talking about on the past slide, or they can come from other people's content. There are different values or levels of importance for the variety of links that point back to your site. .gov and .edu websites have a very high relevancy. .info and .net would have a slightly lower relevancy than a .com. And this is just from what we've found in terms of our analysis and interpretation of the Google algorithmic system. Of course, nobody knows for sure what that system is and the amount of link juice that gets passed from one site to another through an inbound link. But through our 13 years of experience within SEO, we absolutely can tell that those .gov and .edu websites have a very strong relevancy. So any opportunity that you have for a link to be displayed on a .gov or a .edu website, pointing back and clicking through to your website is a great opportunity and one that you'll want to take advantage of. Your inbound linking should have a strategy. You need to be consistent with your efforts, and these need to be ongoing. Make a plan and stick to it each month for obtaining and acquiring several links pointing back to your site. Of course, that's for those of you who are starting out or those of you who have a small number currently of inbound links. If you already have 1,000 or more inbound links, then obviously you can acquire a much higher number each month for it to still look natural and not contrived to Google or the other search engines. So look to average maybe 10% at best if you're able to get that many inbound links, if you already have a substantial number of inbound links to the website. When you're looking at opportunities of different websites to connect with for linking, look for synergy and relevancy between that website or web page and yours. Go after a diversity or variety of different sources or types of websites, as well as actually the destination pages on your site that you would be pointing back to. On that note, try to have the hyperlink, the blue underlined portion where somebody is going to be clicking and then directed to your site, be keyword rich. This is called your anchor text, and optimally, we're looking to use that keyword or key phrase for whatever the page is that you're driving the person back to. Quality and relevancy are key. You need to follow ethical, best practices approach. It needs to be slow, steady, methodical, and the links should be built up over time. This is a natural progression if you're doing it properly. So to go from 0 to 400 in a week would not look natural to Google unless there was a piece of content, maybe a news article, your company was written up in a publication, and it got shared and spread all over the web. Google can define and tell the difference between something like that versus participating in a link farm or engaging in a non-best practices approach whereby somebody promised you to get a couple hundred inbound links for a couple $100s in a short period of time. Paid links are absolutely a huge no when it comes to search engine optimization. Social media and multimedia content are not only great as it relates to PR, customer engagement, visibility, branding and awareness, the sharing of content by users, but also search engine optimization. This is what we were talking about earlier in the presentation with those 4 quadrants or 4 boxes, whereby the off-site marketing efforts help your business, but it's not your website that's ranking within the organic search listings. It's going to be one of these other websites or URLs, as shown on the bottom of the screen, that's actually displayed in the search listings. However, when you click on that, it's going to go to your company account within that social network. Your company account should be set up that it talks about your business. It includes hyperlinks back or your URL back to your website. It hopefully has some branding content included on the page, all of which will point back to your business and your company and helps to increase the amount of real estate that you can lock down on the Google page. This content will rank independent, yet alongside your website content, and in many cases can link back to the website content to help it rank. Again, don't sacrifice quality for quantity. Not every one of the social media channels out there will make sense for your business, nor will you be able to necessarily keep up with all of these social media channels. And there really is no point if you're not going to leverage the channel to just open up an account there. Be judicious in choosing which accounts, which social network accounts you're going to incorporate for your business, and maybe have it be a slow and steady process that builds over time. Once you get one channel up and running, bring another one or a new one into the fold. Make sure you promote your social channels so that you can build up your network, not only within that social media outlet, but also through your existing website visitors, customers, and users. Use the social media icons or badges on your website and incorporate some of the social media content right into your website also. Here's an illustration from the MoreVisibility website. This is our home page, where we're encouraging people to connect with us in the variety of social channels that we participate in. And we also have our Twitter feed coming in real time right onto the home page. Again, this wouldn't be a tactic you would take unless you're updating your Twitter feed pretty regularly. So let's talk about some of the more highly trafficked social media channels out there. Again, quantity doesn't necessarily mean quality as it relates to your business and your customers. So not all of these might be optimal for you or your company. But as far as the more popular channels, we've got Facebook, Twitter, and of course YouTube. Here's a Facebook company page. Again, a company page is different than an individual's profile on Facebook. So you need to make sure that you're setting up a page for the business and not using an individual's profile account. There's a lot of opportunity to customize a Facebook page for a business. As you can see, there's a very large graphic up at the top. This is referred to as a cover image. You've got the opportunity for your logo, the smaller image on the left-hand side, laying on top of the cover image. And then you also have the opportunity to describe your business a little bit and include some other thumbnails that will click off to other content that you can incorporate onto your Facebook page. In this particular instance, you can see that we have a monthly promo. We have a promotional tab talking about mobile websites. We also have included and incorporated some of our white papers right into the Facebook tabs here on our Facebook page. One thing that I've noticed a lot of businesses aren't aware of or don't utilize, if they do have a Facebook company page, it's called Facebook Insights. You need to be logged in as the admin of the company page in order to see this information, but it basically will give you a lot of background, behavioral, and demographic information tied to the active users of your company Facebook page. You can export this data from the dashboard. It provides the countries, the cities, the languages of the users, and how frequent they are in terms of visiting your page, in addition to the male versus female ratio and ages of the page visitors. This is some great data, which of course can only be compiled once you have a page and that page is active and people are engaging with it. But it certainly allows you to see who your audience is on Facebook and could be extremely beneficial if you're considering advertising on Facebook through their cost-per-click advertising program. Here's a company Twitter page. As you can see, there's a very small window of opportunity to brand or describe your business here. But Twitter is great as far as short snippets of information. You can only use 140 characters of text per tweet, so it really needs to be very concise, but hopefully keyword rich in many cases. As we do see tweets appearing, we have seen tweets appear in the Google search results in the past, and it will be interesting to see how that pans out in the future relative to tweets within the search results listings. Twitter is a great way to push rapid-fire content or timely information. If you're not going to be active or your resources don't allow you to be active on Twitter in a real-time philosophy, then this may not be the right channel for you. Twitter is much faster paced and much time is of the essence now type information and response back to users and engagement than any of the other channels. Here's an example on YouTube of an actual company page or a company YouTube channel, if you will, as it's called. This happens to be the MoreVisibility YouTube channel. There's a little bit of opportunity for branding. You'll notice the URL is kind of front and center in the video in which we chose to highlight in the larger screen up top on our YouTube channel page. And you can also include some of your other social media icons in addition to a company description. Videos are great for search engine optimization, as illustrated in one of the first slides of the presentation. We also showed how in blended or universal search results on Google, videos sometimes are prominent front and center within the top listings shown back to a user on a search query. Videos can be optimized or targeted for a keyword or a key phrase through the title, description, and tags given to each video. This is especially true on YouTube, as YouTube is a Google-owned entity, and it's the YouTube videos that are being displayed in the Google search results, as shown on that Star Wars example earlier on in the webinar. Some other opportunities that are out there in social media that you may want to consider. LinkedIn and Google+. Now here's a company page, or the image of a company page on LinkedIn. I don't see enough businesses taking opportunity with their company's LinkedIn page. There is no cost for this page, and there are a lot of branding and content sharing opportunities on LinkedIn. If your company caters to professionals or executives, if you're a B2B organization, this is absolutely a channel that you want to participate in and set your company up on. The company page has 4 tabs, as we've highlighted and circled in red. We're looking right now at the Overview tab. There's also Careers, Services, and Employee Insights. Up at the top of the page where the logo and the company description is located, that's all defined by you as the admin or the manager of the page. And then all of the company updates that you're seeing below are being driven through the content that you're posting on the LinkedIn company page. Now the Services tab is one in which I really like. It allows you to highlight and feature any service or product that your company offers or sells. It also allows people on LinkedIn to endorse or recommend your products or services individually. Those recommendations, as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, are then displayed on the LinkedIn company page to anybody who's visiting. These endorsements are incredibly valuable, even more so than being able to direct a prospect to a reference for them to speak with in advance of making a purchase. These recommendations are very unbiased, and people can actually connect directly with these people that have given references if they want to discuss it further. Notice the great opportunity from a visual standpoint to incorporate into this services page. That big banner or hero image in the middle of the page is actually 3 unique images that rotate through. You can control whatever it is that you want to be displayed there and can change it as often as you like. Let's talk a little bit now about Google+, which, as we mentioned earlier, is Google's version of Facebook. It promotes real-life sharing on the web of any type of content: text, news, events, videos, images. There are personal or individual Google+ pages, and then there are company or business pages. You will need to have a Google account or a personal Google profile first before you can open up a Google+ page for your business. There's a lot of different types of features on Google+ than you'd find elsewhere in other social networks. It doesn't quite have the popularity or adoption of Facebook at this point, although there are a ton of users that are already registered and many people who are active on the platform. However, Google+ is a Google entity, and we do see these Google+ pages ranking very well for businesses within search results. So if you're conscientious in terms of the types of content that you're posting on your Google+ page and you're incorporating keywords into those posts, this very well could be a good off-site SEO tactic for you to take to supplement the optimization efforts that you're concentrating on within your own website. Here's what a Google+ company page looks like. As you can see, unlike Twitter, there are no character limitations here. You can upload links, which are articles or newsletters or pieces of content that you want to share from other sources, in addition to your own original content. There's a nice big graphic for your logo or for any other kind of image that you want to represent your business, in addition to a large banner across the top, which can be used for a variety of different things, and you should consider how or what you want to be featured in that banner, in addition to changing it often and keeping it updated for the season, whether that be holidays or whether that be seasons within your business. You can also use it to promote events or new products and features to your business. Let's just review some things to rank well in the new universal search results, which is that blended result of all the different types of digital assets or content that are available on the web today. Pick the social networks and channels that make sense for your business and are relevant to your audience that you're going to be able to actually engage in. Resources will be important here in terms of time, people, and content. You want to have unique content for each social channel and not just repurpose the exact same thing over and over and over again. Different channels have different audiences or levels of engagement and certainly types of content that work better. So it may take some time for you to understand how and what to speak to each audience with on the social networks, but be cognizant of that and then cater to it. Create your branded profiles and leverage those channels. As it relates to video, definitely YouTube is the way to go if you can. You'll want to be judicious in terms of using the keywords within the title, description, and tag for each video. Encourage sharing of those videos, whether that be through YouTube or through other social channels that you may upload your videos to. Press releases are a great way to be able to publish news on your website, on the web, and also rank for your company or optimize around certain keywords. Many of the press release networks out there or press release platforms out there, wire platforms out there, do allow for you to incorporate social media channels into the press release, as well as these wires or networks are SEO friendly in terms of anchor text, inbound linking back to your site, and the ability to incorporate video or image right into the press release itself. Keyword-rich tweets not only are valuable from an SEO standpoint as it relates to the search on the site, but are also indicative of relevancy to the Twitter universe in terms of building a good audience. Images should have a keyword-rich file name. You'll want to include an alt attribute tag, and then publish those images on off-site channels like Flickr, Google+,